and welcome to a very special episode of Best of 3. We're not behind the desk because we needed to accommodate the space for the legend Kenneth Bradley. K-Brad, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Man, thanks for having me, man.
You guys were in the middle of a set. Do you want to finish it up while I keep doing the intro here?
You can. If you notice in the top left, I actually have a win streak right now.
It says
Cut
one.
to it well. You won't have proof. Today on the show, we're going to talk, of course, as we always do, about general news topics going on in the FGC. We will not have our usual panel. Steve and John have the week off, and in their stead, we have a panel of one, K-Brad, and he'll be giving us his opinion on all the topics. Of course, we'll be talking about Northwest Majors. We'll be talking about esports. We'll be talking about Echo Foxes and Trinities, and a couple other things. Then we'll actually have an interview with Mr. Kenneth Bradley.
Yes.
About how much bodying he's been doing since he showed up to Danke's house.
Oh, yes.
And some other things. And then, of course, they will play an actual set at the end of the show. This here is just for warm-ups. So let's see who's winning. It looks like, I'm not sure, Danke, that win streak might have been from when I was playing earlier.
You got to save it for the end of the set at the end of the show, right? I mean, it's all tech saving.
All right, guys, put your sticks down if you would, and let's kick off a show. So, again, this is Best of 3. If you've never seen it, it's a weekly FGC talk show presented by The Daily Dot, and we do it every week on Tuesday. We usually have our guests via Skype.
Yes.
But DreamHack is this weekend, and the pros are coming in.
I'm in here, man.
And that's how we got K-Brad up in here.
Now,
all right,
you're
guys.
on the road a lot, right?
Yeah. All the time, dude. I just came from Canada.
But unlike most people, you tend to go to the area before the tournament, right? Like a week before.
Yeah,
So
to eat.
to eat. That's the sole reason.
That's the whole reason,
I've
man.
noticed
Especially
that.
for DreamHack. I was like, Texas barbecue? Yeah.
What have you taken him to? You're staying with Danke. Danke, where have you taken
We
him?
have. I mean, he just got in last night.
I don't care.
We're
Where
actually
have you
gonna
taken
wait
him?
in the Franklin's line tomorrow. I've
Oh,
never
nice.
personally done it, but we're gonna try it
You
out.
realize this is like the best barbecue in the country, right?
Yeah. They told me that it's like a 3-hour wait.
You show up early, and it's one of those places where when you get there, you get your food, and when they run out of meat, it's done. They close the door. There's no so it's like when they open, come and get it. When it's done, doors are closed. So you got to get there early, and the line gets long. But you can pop beers while you're in line.
8 a.m. 8 a.m., dude. That's when we're going.
So next week we're actually debuting our food talk show, but this week we're still doing the FGC talk show. So let's stop talking about barbecue for a second. We're going to start off with Northwest Majors. Of course, that was the last Capcom Pro Tour ranking event. K-Brad, you were not there.
No.
Why'd you sit that one out? I know you said you were in Canada.
Well, the guys from EGLX invited me out, and I already told them that I would come. So it was just Justin, Ricky, and Eduardo went, and I just went to Canada. So I'm pretty glad, too, so I didn't have to fight all those Kens.
Now, what was the setup for EGLX? You said it was an invitational?
Yeah, it was an 8-man invitational, so they invited me and Dominion, and then the last 6 players, they had qualifiers all over Canada, and those people qualified, so it was just us. It was me and Dominion and the other 6 that qualified. They had a on-site qualifier also.
And you said there was a good Rashid player, right?
Yeah, it's Remy. Remy, he trains with Charity. He played Akuma in Street Fighter 4. He got 3rd. He's pretty good.
I didn't know there was such a thing as a good Rashid.
Yeah?
He's a fun-looking character. He's got a lot of interesting
good
stuff. But I mean, have we seen any Rashids in top
Not
8s
really.
recently?
And even Richard Wynn, one of the best American Rashids, says he's probably going to drop the character. So yeah, he has not had a lot of representation so far.
I like Rashid. He's pretty crazy, but I don't think he's like one of the. I don't think he's really a solid character. You got to play him a little nutty, like Forte.
Mm-hmm.
So I like it.
I was going to wait and do the proper K-Brad interview after we talked about some of these news topics, but why don't we just jump into it, man?
Yeah.
You're rocking Cammy, of course, and people know you as a Cammy player from Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
Back in those days, people used to say the character carried you.
Yeah.
This is a new game. This is a new Cammy. What do they say these days?
I don't know. Everyone thinks Cammy sucks in this game.
What do you think?
I think she's one of the best characters in the game. So what's about to happen is history is about to repeat itself. I'm going to just body everybody. Then they're going to be like, oh, the character isn't that bad. The character's carrying him again, so it doesn't matter what happens. But I think she's one of the sickest characters in this game. Definitely in top 5 in my eyes. But a lot of people think she's really weak. All the Cammy players I talk to, a lot of them are switching. A lot of them playing Nikali, maybe Chun-Li. I think she's more honest. That's what makes people not like her in this game.
But I mean, that's what everybody says about the game in general, right? Because you don't have like the FADC cancels and all this stuff, and you need to commit. Is that what's making her a little trickier to use?
Yeah. The problem is it's characters that do a lot more. That like you have to play on the ground. She has a very strong ground game in this version.
Yeah,
so I like that she has an anti-air. She has a 3-frame jab. She has really good damage. She has really good V trigger. She has a ton of stuff. Her V skill is not that bad. It's like okay, but people see characters like Nikali and they see characters like Chun-Li and they're like, I think I'm gonna play these characters because I think both of them are better than Cammy, but I think Cammy's still pretty sick.
Well, it's interesting because I think there's a lot of non-obvious stuff still going on in the game. It's very early on. People who played Cammy typically, relied on regular dive kick could be plus in Street Fighter 4, but in this game it's punishable half the time.
Yeah,
but as you said, her ground game's so good.
Yeah, her ground game is so sick. The Fierce, because of the priority system, Fierce will punish all jabs and mediums. Her Fierce goes so far in this game. Her low forward is pretty good. Her standing forward is really good to stack up Gray Life, and then you just get a throw. Like, I really like her. In this engine, I think she's like one of the best, but people think she sucks.
It's as he said, like, there's these characters that no one's seen played the right way yet. PR Rog said that even including himself, no one's playing Nikali right. You said that no one's playing Cammy right. I mean, we've heard that about all these characters so far.
Almost brand new.
Yes.
And Ken was like low tier when the game came out, and now he's considered high by many. So who knows?
So what is the potential? I mean, she's got a lot of more interest. Of course, the V skill is the spin knuckle. Do you think that's a waste, or was that intended for like the new players to have a move that they could cut to?
So it's good because of like you can predict a fireball. So if you're playing like against a Nash or Ryu or something like that, you can predict a fireball and you get your V gauge up. But I don't like it like that. I like it because she has EX drill. She can just drill through fireballs. She can just like jump and then do short dive kick to bait the DPs. She has a lot of options around fireballs, but the V skill is pretty nice, especially in the corner since it goes through you now. So I think that's the thing I like the most is if like you do a button and then like walk back, walk forward, and then V skill, it'll go on the other side in the corner. So that's the reason I like it. But it's still like it's just okay because you can like hit her out of it. There's no invincibility in the move.
So I mean, but what's the best thing about Cammy right now? There's a lot of interesting with the hooligan into dive and cross up stuff that could be tricky to at least a new player.
He doesn't do any of that really.
Exactly, Doug. Is that part of your game or
no? I don't like hooligan to dive because it's usually always negative. So like it's certain setups where I can like you can make it positive, but it's too hard because like characters walk speeds. So if I do like a normal into hooligan and I do dive kick, if it hits anywhere above like here the legs, if it hits above the legs, then it's negative and I just get punished. Or regardless if it's like negative -3 or -4, regardless it's going to be negative and I'm gonna have to like give up my turn. So that's all. I don't like using it like that. Like you can use EX dive, which is like always really good, but other than that, I don't use regular.
How many points do you have on the Capcom Pro Tour?
64?
64 points.
Yeah.
Your boy, Justin Wong, is number 2 on the overall ranking boards.
Behind Infiltration?
Infiltration. Of course, he already has his premier spot locked in.
Yep.
What is the goal for the EG boys?
This year, we're just going to go to as many things as possible. So it's this, DreamHack, and then right after this, it is Toryuken. Yeah, so right after it's DreamHack, then right after this is going to be 2 weeks after this it's going to be Toryuken in Canada. That's another Capcom Pro Tour ranking event. It's not Premier. Then after that it is Combo Breaker. We're probably all going to go to Combo Breaker. Then after that it is CEO in June. I don't know too many events other than CEO.
There's a big gap there at that point. There's a lot of ranking events in April and May. Then there's a gap in June and July before EVO.
Yeah, so we're probably all going to go to CEO
with America.
Yeah, and we're going to go to that. And then, obviously, EVO. And after EVO, Defend the North is doing this pretty early. They're doing it right after EVO, just 2 weeks after EVO. So we're going to go to Defend the North. So we're probably just going to try to hit as many events as possible and then try to get in that way. I mean, like I like this. The way the system is if you just win a ranking event, you get flown to the regional finals. And that's pretty nice.
I actually didn't know that. That's excellent. So, obviously, Justin Wong's in there.
Yeah. He has 2 spots. He won in Brazil. So he will get flown to the regional finals in Brazil, and he won in America. So he will get flown to the regional finals in America. So if he doesn't do it in Brazil, he could do it in America also.
Well, let's talk DreamHack for a second because that's the one right ahead of us. What is your game plan going in? I know you're going to eat first.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then prep. Guile's going to be available now.
Oh, yeah.
At this tournament. You were telling me you're not concerned about Guile at all.
The way he looks, I just don't think he's that scary. Especially because Cammy, like, he doesn't really have good buttons. I'm looking at the buttons of the character. I'm like,
not.
So I'm like, Cammy's buttons are amazing. So I can just out poke him. So that's one thing. His boom, it has decent recovery, but I can just EX drill through the booms to get in. He's not like a Nash where I have to worry about him V triggering out or V reversaling out or something like that, and I have to chase him all over again. Once he's in the corner, he's in the corner. He has to just take like all my pressure. So I'm not really worried about the character. But before the tournament, I will like mess around with Cammy versus Guile and stuff like that to see how it goes.
So we're talking about Guile. Danke, you said, I hope he comes out before Friday so that I can use him at DreamHack.
Unfortunately, I was out of town this weekend, so I didn't get to play Guile until yesterday. Was the first time I played Guile. And I'm holding back my opinions on him for the most part, but I will say that they showed the best parts of him in that trailer and not the worst parts. And I think that he definitely has some problems. He has some great stuff. Obviously, his corner damage is amazing. Sonic Boom is still really good. But he's a lot harder to pick up and play than he was in Street Fighter 4 because his normals have so much more recovery and they're just slower and less plus in general. Yeah. So before, like in Street Fighter 4, he's actually one of the easier characters to play in terms of the way you execute with him. Just because everything's so low recovery. You can whiff something and then anti-air even though you did it. In this game, that's not the case at all.
You guys saw that Chris G video, right? And the classic line is, yeah, but nobody could ever pull off these extended combos in a real match. And apparently via Twitter he said he's done it already 15 times in 15 different matches, right? Yeah. Is that a problem, or is it situational meter management type of thing where you shouldn't be concerned that this is like game breaking?
I think it's, personally for Guile, I think it's more hype than anything else. For him to land that corner combo, he pretty much has to do, you know, a jump in or something like that. It's more difficult to come across that situation than you'd think.
So you guys should definitely check it out. I'm sure it's on YouTube. Just type in, I think it's called Yo Guile with a bunch of U's, I's, and L's. But he does get a reset halfway through that gets the stun, and then 2 combos ends the match. That, you know, you still have to get the reset. You still have to have the meter management. But the combo doesn't seem that difficult to pull off is what I'm getting at.
It's hard, but it's doable.
Especially for Marvel players.
Definitely
right?
people can do it. I mean, yeah.
I think it's pretty simple once someone like gets it down. Like people were doing the craziest things in Street Fighter 4. Like who was it? Valmaster with the Chun-Li loops. That's one of the hardest things I've ever seen. The kid constantly do the Chun-Li loops over and over again. So if anybody could do that, then this is like a cakewalk.
Yeah, it's just long more so than hard.
As a player, if somebody starts doing that on you, are you going to be like, God, are we playing Marvel again where I need to wait like a minute before I can press a button again? Does that concern you guys? Or bother you guys?
I'm going to make sure I'm blocking and looking for throw techs. I don't want to get reset like that.
I just hold up for it. Like what's going to happen is like they're going to do the combo and I'll try to hold up for it to jump out because I'm like, oh, the reset's coming somewhere. Or I'm like mass jab or something.
Yeah.
But it'll be cool to watch in a tournament. The crowd will go crazy. Everyone will love it. And then I guess that's what that's one of the things that Street Fighter 5 is missing was combos. That's what I didn't like about the game when I first saw it. I was like, I'm always going to like Street Fighter 4 more because I like the long combos. The combo system was so crazy. FADC into longer combos. This game is straight to the point, so I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to like this game. Then I played it. I really like the game, but I still miss like combos. Mm-hmm. And then it's crazy that Guile is the combo character. That's the weirdest thing in the world.
Yeah, I don't think anybody saw that one coming.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
But it looks cool. Still talking about DreamHack, you mentioned, okay, you'll prepare a little bit for the Guile matchup. What else? I mean, there's a lot of people coming into town, including the newly signed Echo Fox Julio, who's been on a bit of a tear, although Justin Wong took down the Trinity, if I'm not mistaken, at Northwest Majors. But is there anybody that you're concerned, like, man, I hope I don't face this guy, or I really hope I face this guy because I want to prove something?
It's back and forth. Justin. Because I can't beat him. I haven't beat him in this game yet. So hopefully I don't fight him until later. Because I would rather like if I was going to lose to Justin, I would hope that it's later in the tournament so I don't have to fight my way all the way back to him. Mm-hmm. But I do really want to play him because I haven't beat him in this game yet. And it's really getting to me now that he just keeps bodying everybody. And he's not optimal with his character at all. Like I don't think anybody's optimal with their characters like that. But he's like horrible. Like he doesn't do the right. He's
always been like that in every game.
And that just shows like how much better he is than everyone else. Because his fundamentals are so strong that he could do these terrible combos that do no damage, but he'll still beat you. And I'm like, how is he even winning? It makes no sense. So hopefully, like I get to play him in tournament. But of course, I'm trying to fight the Kens, the Trinity. I think I don't know.
That's you think what? Yeah.
I just think they're just so like. I think they're so bad. I think
the Trinity or the Ken.
I think Ken is not as good as everyone thinks, and I think they are playing so risky, and everybody's just afraid of them. I feel like everybody just gets overwhelmed by the fact that they are always hitting a button. They're always hitting a button. They're never just trying to sit there and walk back and forth and play neutral. They're just, I'm just going to be in your face. I'm going to do this. I'm going to jump EX dive kick. Well, I'm going to jump EX like Tatsu, which is a dive kick now. I'm going to jump EX Tatsu. I'm going to pressure. I'm going to just keep hitting buttons all day. And then people get overwhelmed. They're like, I don't know what to do. Instead of just wait it out. Just wait out to like weather the storm, dude. But I don't know. We'll see. If I play them and I body them, it's expected. If I play them and I lose, to a lot of people, it's expected. I'm supposed to lose to them, so it is what it is. But I really want to play like all three of them for sure.
Now, I saw you were tweeting during Northwest Majors, get him, Justin, and you were really excited that Justin Wong was taking out the Trinity. Now, is that just because you want to see your boy do well, or is it because two of those Trinity members, the 2 weeks prior, kept your boy PR Balrog from winning a tournament?
Oh yeah, that is a big part about it because one, I think Eduardo's so sick. I think the things that he does is really sick. So I'm like, oh man, Chris T beat him, and then he beat him playing like so crazy. But Eduardo plays a little crazy too, so I can't really say anything about that. But Chris T plays so crazy, and I'm like, Eduardo lost. I really wanted him to get first. He would have got his regional qualifier spot. Okay, he's done. Then it was like he
Texas Showdown.
Then he went to Texas Showdown, went to Julio, and then he could have got his qualifier spot there. He got blocked there, and I'm like, these kids are not going to block another EG member. Like, let's go, Justin. So I'm sitting there in Canada, and I'm just screaming at the screen. I'm like, come on, please beat them. And then he was really close to losing to, what was it, Chris T? That Chris T was the 3-2. Chris T was 3-2. And I was like, oh my goodness, like he's about to lose this, that, and the third. So he won, and I was like, okay, good stuff. Then he played Julio. Then he beat Julio, and I was like, oh, thank God, because I'm really getting tired of this whole, the Trinity, Kenneth, and then everybody's in their top tiers. They're like, Kenneth's top 3 in the game now. He's this, that, and the third. And I'm like, I don't think the character is that good. I don't think he's terrible, but I definitely don't even put him in my top 5. But that's just my opinion of it because, like, he's just getting away with a whole bunch of stuff.
The big thing about him is the way he gets away with stuff is so, like, punishing. So if you mess up a run punish, he counter hits you with a fierce afterwards. So like the smallest thing is either you getting a crush counter or him getting a crush counter. And it's like if you just fuck up one little bit, it's over.
Yeah, for sure.
Now there's guys like Vi saying on Twitter, and we're seeing it here in the chat, people saying this game is high risk, high reward. That's the way it's supposed to be played. Is that the way it's being played now, or did the Trinity just figure it out early?
I do not believe that at all. I do not believe in this game is supposed to be played high risk, high reward at all. Justin just won the tournament, and Justin's not a risky player at all.
No, he's the least risky
player.
player.
Justin is one of the safest players, and he's one of the best players now. So it's not like he's playing Chun-Li, and he's just like everyone agrees that Chun-Li is the best character in the game.
Pretty much.
So everyone agrees that. So it's not like he's playing Chun-Li, and he's just like, oh, he's just mauling everybody because this character's too cheap. He's playing a character that he's outfooting you. He's outplaying you, and he's like, he's waiting for his turn. A lot of people are trying to bully their way in. It's like, oh, it's my turn. It's going to be my turn for like a long period of time. No, he sits there, he waits for his turn, and then he'll eat the throw. He'll eat the throw 2 or 3 times. Then it's like, okay, I'm not going to do it. He's not risky at all, and I think he is the best player in America. So that shows that this game is not meant to be played like that. But that's how people want to play. So it is what it is.
Sounds more like different styles are developing.
Yeah.
Right. So you'll body the Trinity. You hope to face Justin Wong late in the tournament. How excited are you guys for Pokken tournament?
For the Pokken tournament? I don't even know what's going on when I watch that game, dude. There's so much craziness. I just like Mewtwo. Mewtwo's pretty sick, so I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to see some Mewtwo on the screen. But that's it. That's all
there's a big Pokken
are people
there.
flying out for that? I have really no idea
the
who's
Pokemon
going
company
to enter.
is putting money behind it.
Street Fighter has quite a few entrants, and I'm wondering how many of those are a result of it being an esports tournament and like aren't really fighting game players, and how many of them are. I didn't look through the whole list. Obviously, there are some top players there.
Sure. That was obviously a joke question, but let's talk about EG again a little bit longer. I've had the privilege of meeting this guy and talking to him on numerous occasions, and was always really helpful and kind. And I'm talking about Antonio Javier, AJ.
Yeah.
I think he's doing fine. He got a job at Twitch, so shout outs to him, props to him. But you guys just lost Splinter, if I'm not mistaken, of the Ninja Turtles team here.
It's pretty bad because it was bad because the way it was like brought upon us, because I think he sent an email out to us, and he was like, oh guys, I'm just letting you know that I was trying to. I think he was doing both jobs. I think he was working as EG's manager and working for Twitch at the same time. So I guess it got to the point where he had to focus more on his the Twitch job. So it was like, okay, well, I'm just going to be working at Twitch. I'll be seeing you guys around. I'll see you soon. I wish the best of luck. The best of luck to you guys. And I was just like, I'm reading this email and I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, I'm messaging him. I'm like, oh, this got to be some type of joke or something. And then he's like, this guy, our new manager's name is Kelby. He's a pretty good guy. Put Kelby on, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess like we went we did a lot of stuff with AJ, so we're super close to him. Went to a lot of team dinners. We went to a lot of like tournaments together. We were rooting for each other's players. Like when PPMD would be on, all of the the FGC. Well, Smash is FGC. Let me not say that, but all of the like Street Fighter players would come over and root for him. So I'm like, it felt like a big family, you know. So to have him not as our manager anymore, I'm like, it's pretty weird. And I've never met Kelby in my life. I don't even know what the face is to the emails. So I've never met Kelby. So I don't know. It's just it's weird for me.
You know, for what it's worth, AJ said Kelby May is the name of this gentleman
Yes.
that is your new manager. He said he's a great guy. Probably won't be the same way that I handled them, but they're good. They're in good hands.
Yeah.
One interesting to me is that like EG seems like one of the most like nuclear teams in the sense that you all root for each other. How do you feel, and we talked about this on the show a bit before, about the idea of like team tournaments between sponsored teams becoming a thing at some point? Obviously, there probably aren't enough big ones around for that to happen yet, but
every time it'll be Team EG versus Team Echo Fox. Although they only have one, right?
They only have one, and then
Panda
Mad
Global,
Cats is pretty
Panda
much
Global
gone.
could do it.
Panda Global definitely can do it. It has so they just picked up Ray Ray and Marlon Pie. I don't know if Marlon Pie is playing this game or not. I haven't seen him play this
Ray
game.
Ray is actually pretty
Ray
good.
Ray is pretty good. Yeah, Ray Ray's
Just
pretty
for
good.
clarification, they did pick up Ray Ray and Marlon Pie for Marvel and Guilty Gear respectively. That to me is confusing. Why
That
not
was
pick them up as
confusing
Street Fighter
to me.
5 players?
I don't know.
I don't know if Marlon really plays Street Fighter 5, but Ray Ray certainly does. So I'm not sure.
But I mean, okay, I'll be that guy that asks the question: are Marvel and Guilty Gear worth sponsoring players for at this moment when you have Street Fighter 5, the big dog?
Yeah, I'm the guy that's in charge of Panda Global, David Wu. I've actually met because he lives in Miami, so I've hung out with him a couple of times. He has this grand vision that he wants top 8 in every single game. So I guess this is like when he told me that, I looked and I saw the roster that he was picking up, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, like you're slowly putting it into pace because you have Ryan F Champ. He's most likely going to get like top 8 in Marvel, right? But he wants him to get top 8 in Street Fighter, so he wants him to be the Street Fighter player, which he probably can do.
Yeah.
So then you have Guilty Gear. You have Marlon Pie who's probably make top 8 in Guilty Gear. You have Ray Ray who's probably going to make top 8 in Marvel. You have Steve he's won every single Pokken event. He's won it so far, so he's going to make top 8.
And
in
he
Pokken.
plays MKX and Marvel and
Yeah.
Street Fighter as well.
So he might be picking up an MKX player also. I don't know, but he has this vision that like Panda Global, every single like player in top 8. That's what he's trying to do.
It's getting really esports up in the FGC.
Yeah,
I mean, you've been on EG for a while, but how do you feel about Panda Global's beefing up? Echo Fox is throwing the head in the ring. Of course, you have Winter Fox is that 801 Striders Winter Fox, if I'm not mistaken. It's starting to happen, right? How do you feel about that? A long time coming.
Since I've been watching the FGC for a while because I used to be like a regular guy that just goes to work every single day, and I would call out of work on Sundays, dude. Finals day when there was no archives, I was like, I gotta watch this tournament. There's no archives. It won't be on YouTube for at least like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I need to watch the finals. So I used to watch all these guys, and everybody would just come out of pocket, take these long bus rides, like 20-hour bus rides. Even me, I was one of the guys. I took a bus to CEO, and it was like 26 hours. And I'm like, it's nice to see these players getting flown out to these events, getting their hotel room paid for, the registrations, because all this stuff piles up. The registration, if you don't register on time, the hotel, you're like, I got to split a hotel. You might not want to stay with these guys, but you got to stay with them, or you can pay for your own hotel. You got to pay for the flight. You got to pay for the food while you're there.
All the food.
Yeah, all the food, and then it's a major the next week. So it's like maybe you spent like 1,000. Maybe you spent 1,000 this week. Who really has 1,000 to keep spending on every single tournament over and over again? So I'm really happy for all these guys that are getting picked up.
And just before the show, we heard that LPN got picked up by Circa Esports.
Oh yeah,
so shout out to LPN.
I'm really happy for him because he's always been good. He's always been good, but I don't think he took Street Fighter 4 that seriously. He was just known as he just played a large variety of characters. So he just messed around with. He was playing Relento. He was playing Cammy. He was playing what other characters did he play?
Adon,
Akuma.
yeah,
Adon, Akuma. He played a bunch of characters. So now that he's taking the game pretty seriously, I'm really happy to see him getting in top 8s a lot more. He beat one of the Trinity, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Which one did he beat?
I think he beat Chris.
Beat Chris Tatarian, right? Yeah.
I felt bad for Brent losing to Julio, having to fight his Trinity bro.
No, let them kill each other. let
It's
them
top
kill
16.
each other.
I don't care.
Let the kids kill
fair
each
enough,
other.
fair enough,
I love it. But I'm actually happy to see Ken because Ken is so sick. He's he's one of the sickest characters in all of Street Fighter history. So to see him like in like
didn't you start off with Ken? Am I confusing
that?
Yes,
I did. Ken was my first character.
Yeah.
And Street Fighter 4, Ken was my first character. Then I was like, this character sucks. And I switched to Akuma, and that was the best character in the game. And I was like, oh, Akuma's so sick. Then I was like, I feel like I'm just like getting a whole bunch of fraud wins. Let me play somebody else. So I played Cammy.
What did you pick fraud wins? So you picked Cammy?
She wasn't as good as Akuma back then. Relax. So I picked Cammy in vanilla, and I was like, this character is so sick. Instant dive kick over and over again. Then she got buffed, and I was like, this character is ridiculous. I picked her up at the right time. Super, she got buffed. Then I played her in AE. AE, she was like whatever. She wasn't weak, but she was just whatever. She got nerfed. Then AE 2012.
That was her game.
Yeah.
When did they remove the instant air dive? The AEX in AE.
Yeah, she had it in Super and Vanilla. So in AE, they removed it.
The first time I saw Cammy was when Sanford was playing her at Evo and beat Daigo's buddy.
Yeah, I saw her. The reason I wanted to play her because there's a guy, I don't know if he still plays or not, but I'll never forget the name. Guy named Evil Drake Fang from...
Evil Drake Fang.
And vanilla, he used to do the instant dive kick, so I would see it, and I'm like, oh, is this like a glitch? Like, this is a glitch in the game. So I started practicing it, and I was like, this is cheap. You just sit full screen and just build meter all day. If they come near
like
you, you just anti-air, and then you can do setups. You'll do back throw, instant dive kick, into jump, like cross up fierce and stuff. I was like, this is the cheapest character I've ever seen. I need to play this character. And then I played her ever since.
I got to ask you a question because you're finally here. We've wanted to have you on the show before. We've come close. I think it was at Absolute Battle last year. We almost had you on the show, but you got held up in Dallas or Houston. I can't remember where that was. Dallas. The question. This is a bit of a ball-busting question.
Yeah.
All right? People say K-Brad gets kept around because he's hype and he's marketable, not because he's the best player. Now,
that's facts. That's facts, dude.
I mean, is it fair to say that?
But people should be like, I'm so tired of these boring gamers, you know? The thing about me is like, so you don't even know what you're going to get. You know, I go to a tournament and I might do super good. And you're like, whoa, where's K-Brad been? Then you go to a tournament and then I get bodied and it's like, yeah, this is expected. So I'm very marketable because I just like to be myself. A lot of people, they get nervous on stage or they get nervous in front, like doing interviews, get the camera in front of them, they don't know what to say. So I just feel like a lot of players should like come out of that shell. But one thing I do is I always practice though. So even if I get like blown up at this tournament, I'm always going to practice to do like really good in the next tournament. So, but even in Ultra, I was like, the problem with me is I was always consistent top 8, but I never won. So it was like, oh, K-Brad sucks or whatever. But I'm like, dude, I'm in the top 8 every single event. Every single event, I'm always in top 8.
That's the thing, though, is the more you lose on stream, the more you suck, even if it's final.
Yeah, I know, right? I'll get fourth. It was so many times I'll get 4th and 5th, and then it's like, oh, no, that's
he
trash,
got 2-0'd in top 8, dude. Yeah, he sucks.
You're like, this dude, like, oh, like, the whole month, oh, he's in top 8 every single event. Oh, man, he sucks, dude. I'm like, oh, my gosh.
Now, that's one thing I wanted to ask is you and I just noticed you and Noel and Justin all follow Smash very closely. Do you think they have that over us, like the player personalities, or?
I don't know, but I mean, they have Mango is super hype. Hungry Box, I actually love Hungry Box because he's like this villain, like because he's the best right now. So like he just won at EGLX, so he had to play Mango in the finals. So he 3-0s Mango and he just jumps up, he raises his hands. But the reason I like him is the personality. Like he's not shy and he says whatever he wants to say. So I saw him and he says, I saw him right after Saturday, and I say, hey, did you win yet? And he was like, no, not yet, but I'm going to win tomorrow. Finals is tomorrow. I'm going to win. And I was like, oh, that's so sick. So I'm walking over, and he's like, did you win yet? And I was like, oh, if Street Fighter's over, I already won it. And he was like, oh, yeah, we're both going to be winners. I'm going to win tomorrow. So then I saw him, and he won the tournament. He beat Mango 3-0, and I was like, you did say you was going to win. It's such a cocky dude.
There's something cool about somebody who can say it and then back it up, of course, right?
I love stuff like that. So I really wish players would like step it up. Like that's why F-Champ is so hype. Everyone loves F-Champ. It doesn't matter if he wins or loses. It's like, dude, you don't know what he's going to say next.
It doesn't matter if he goes on a rant yelling in KBR's face and gives him free games and exhibition. People still want to see that guy play.
They just want to see him.
And that's why I brought up the whole thing about what they say about you. Because, okay, this is going to sound like a rude thing to say, but LPN doesn't strike me as the guy with the most marketable personality, right? He seems like a pretty
very quiet,
quiet guy.
Yeah.
You had Julio just get picked up, right? But it was on the tails of this viral moment where he got the call and all that business, right?
Yeah.
So it's like these marketable moments combined with good players make for better pickups these days, or at least it's looking like a trend. Maybe LPN not the case, but is it better to be good or marketable? Okay, Brad.
I think it's always better to be good, but like I think I will always go with it's better to be good, because if you're winning, like you're a champion in everyone's eyes. It doesn't even matter. Like let's look at Kane Blue River. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't really talk. He never speaks or anything. Even when he had the opportunity to let it rip.
Yeah.
Like when Champ went crazy, said all this stuff, got all up in his face, and then he beats him in the tournament. Everybody, like, people are grabbing me like, what's the pop-off going to be like? And I'm like, dude, I promise you there will not be a pop-off. I 100%
Would you have
promise
popped off?
Oh, for sure. No question. He was in his face. He was like this. He was like, my game. I was like, that is the best story ever. I'm going to, like, that is going to be like my parenting tool when I have kids in the future, dude. I'm be like, listen, if this dude can just sit there and take it, you need to sit there. You need to be the bigger person, this, that, and the third. I'm going to tell the story, tell about how Champ got all up in his face and everything. That's the new parenting tool, dude.
And he still shook his hand after the fact.
He still, oh my God, that's so
Class
crazy.
act, right? That changed a lot of people's opinions.
Yeah, he's so, like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Because you didn't shake Deuce's hand.
yeah, I didn't. I was not going to shake his hand either. And then, like, can we?
Because of the shades.
Oh yeah,
Let's
for
talk
sure,
about
for sure.
that.
But no, I want to clear something up though, because this happened at PAX. Z kept saying it, because I don't know where this rumor came. Is that they said I did not shake Dude's hand because I was sick, because I was wearing the mask over it. I was wearing that because I just felt like wearing it.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it just looks pretty sick. So I'm not wearing it because I'm sick. I'm wearing it because, like, oh, this looks super cool. Let me just put this like this is like a bandana or something on. So I was like, let me just wear this. But Z was saying at PAX that somebody said that I was wearing it because I was sick, and that's why I didn't shake Dude's hand. No, I didn't shake his hand because I was pissed off that he kept taunting me.
It was an exhibition match between you and Du in Ultra.
No.
And he kept doing the shades on, shades off taunt.
Yeah, because I told Panda, I was like, I don't know if this is a good idea, Panda. I was like, he's not going to take me seriously. So what is the point of doing exhibition? Like me, I don't mind playing like seriously, even if I'm gonna see somebody in a tournament. I feel like you should be able to adapt in the match regardless. So if I play you the day before or the week before, it shouldn't mean anything because we adapt in game.
Well, adapting in game. Well, go on. Yes.
So I feel like we should be able to adapt in game, right? So I'm not gonna do the exact same thing I did in casuals anyway. I'm gonna play to how you're playing. So I told Panda, I was like, listen, I'm down to do it, but he's not gonna take me seriously. And then the first character I saw, what was it? Akuma. I was like, oh, what did I say, Panda? So I'm looking back at the stream. I'm like, Panda, I told you he wasn't gonna take me seriously. Then he picks Cammy, and then this fire came out. I was like, oh, I'm about to body this kid. So I took it so seriously. So I scrape his Cammy, and then he picks Gao at the end. And I'm like, okay, cool. Now he's actually he actually cares to win the set. But then when I saw he kept taunting me, I was like, he doesn't care to win this set. He was letting me hit him. I was like, Panda, I told you. I told you, Panda. But anything for the people, dude. I mean, it got a lot of views, and it brought a lot of drama. Like, oh, okay, Brad didn't shake his hand. I'm like, it is what it is.
I don't think I would have shook his hand either.
Yeah,
it's infuriating, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. And I see him do it to like West Coast players. Like, I don't know. He did it to Brent, and so Brent. I actually hate Brent for beating me so many times in tournament. But as a person, Brent is a very nice guy. So it's like a love-hate type of deal. That as the person, I really like Brent. But as the guy that I'm playing in tournament, I hate him with a passion. So when he was taunting Brent, even then, like, a part of me wants to be like, yeah, taunt Brent. But then the other part of me is like, Brent, do not shake his hand when you get up. Do not shake his hand. And then Brent got up and shook his hand. I'm like, oh my God, Brent, why are you shaking his hand, dude? But yeah.
I'm going to change the topic a little bit.
Well, I one more thing I was going to say,
Sure.
which was on the topic of adapting in the game. Maybe you're going to bring this up.
No, I was going to switch to Evo and coaching. But
That's
go ahead.
exactly what I was going to say.
Oh,
How do
there
you
you
feel
go.
about coaching at Evo and adapting in game, and whether it's a single player thing?
I feel like, well, it comes to what coaches are actually saying. Because when I'm usually coaching someone, I'm just that second set of eyes. I'm just like, okay, maybe this person isn't seeing this. So that actually can affect the outcome of a match. So if someone's doing something that's unsafe, and then, like, you know it's unsafe, but for some reason, nerves or you being up on the stage and everybody screaming at you, for some reason you're not punishing it. If I come to you and I say, hey, he keeps doing this, you need to punish it with this, and then you punish it every single time and now you win the set, now it's like, maybe I've, like, altered the outcome of the match, because if I never said anything, he would have lost. So I actually like it, but then Jan tweeted to me today about, like, all the big organizations that have coaching, and they're like, why should we take it away? And it's actually hurting the community to take away coaching at Evo. And I'm like, so I'm looking at all of Jan's points, and I'm like, you are actually right in everything you're saying. I'm not going to argue with you. You are 100% right. So me, I don't mind it, because I really don't pay attention to the coaches anyway. Like, usually, like, Justin or Noel will coach me, but it's been a long time since someone coached me and they told me something I didn't know. I practice so much that I know everything, and I already know what's negative. I know what's not negative. I know what I can or cannot do. So it doesn't really affect me at all. But other people, it might, like, hurt them. It might affect them.
I've heard stories of Noel's legendary coaching abilities.
Yeah, Noel studies a lot. He studies a lot of games, and he's a really good set of eyes. So he's like, oh, every single time you do low forward, he does this. So the next time you do low forward, do this. Like, Noel does those things, but the crazy thing is, I think just like him. So while he's saying that, I'm already thinking I was going to do it anyway, you know. But the problem is, I'll tell him, I'm like, yeah, I know, and then I'll do it, and he'll be like, my amazing coach. He was like, okay, man, wouldn't have won if it wasn't for my amazing coach. He's a really good coach, but he's coaching players that already know. Yeah. But if he coaches a lower level or mid level player, you'll see how good his coaching is.
Danke, you hit me up immediately and said, we're talking about the coaching rule at Evo.
To me, okay, so I think that for the sport to grow, I think it's a good thing to have coaching, because, as he said, it can change the outcome of the match, typically for the better. If someone starts punishing something that's punishable, it looks better to everybody. It doesn't look good to see these matches where stuff's going undone and people are winning just by a lack of knowledge of the player. I think the ability of coaching to make someone play better just makes it better for everyone. Better matches are better for spectators. They're better for the players to get better eventually. Better.
Now, Evo says you can do it in pools, but once we hit quarterfinals, top 16,
it should be flipped. That makes no sense.
But how are they going to monitor that with 4,000 people? And that's now. I mean, we might hit 4,500. We might hit 5,000. Sure. So how are they going to monitor?
No, I know.
Oh, yeah, like, how are they going to monitor this at all? Like, if I'm just sitting there and I'm rooting for my friend, like, you're playing, and I just come up, and the next thing you know, we're just sitting there, and I'm sitting in a chair right next to you, and maybe the judge is, like, on this side. If I'm like, yeah, make sure you always do this, I'm already coaching you. So what are you going to say? Are you going to ban me from the event? You're going to ban the coach? You're going to DQ me? Like, how are you going to even, how are you going to enforce this at all?
No, that's totally true.
I thought it was funny that they're like, you can coach before or after the set. Of course you can, because you can talk before or after the set. It's not like they're going to ban talking. So, yeah, I mean, when it doesn't really matter. But on that same line, by Evo, yes, the game will still be fresh. Yes, there will be new characters that will be even fresher.
Yeah.
But should you know what you're doing by then? Is there like an element of, okay, that's the rules, I better start preparing to not have a coach?
The thing is, some of the coaching, yes. Like, should you know this is -4, you can punish it with your jab? Probably, but I mean, there's stuff that's more complicated than that. As you said, if someone's continuously doing a low forward and you know you can counterpoke it at the end of your string, that's not something that you can necessarily study as easily. It's something that can be picked up by somebody else. I understand banning coaching for the purpose of, like, making tournaments run faster. Sometimes there's like 6 dudes crowded around a guy on stage and it's dangerous, or it takes a long time. But I really don't know where they were going with this at all. Although some people like it. I know some of your boys like it.
Eduardo was the first one.
But Eduardo doesn't need coaching, right? Yeah. And he says, when I make a mistake, I go home and I figure it out. I don't need anybody, and I certainly don't need a call, I think was his tweet.
Yeah. Like, a lot of the top players, though, they don't need coaching. A lot of the top players, like I said, it's better at mid-level.
Right.
Because, well, then I don't know, because Justin was up, so maybe I'm wrong, because Justin was up 2-0 on Tokido at NCR. And this is when Justin would have fought Infiltration for the first time in tournament. He might have been able to beat him, because I think Karen does really good against Nash. So Justin is up 2-0 against Tokido. Mago comes up. Mago runs, like whispers something into Kiro's ear for a little while. Justin loses 3-0 right after that, you know. But then again, Justin did drop like Super twice. He dropped Super twice for the win. Justin probably got a little frustrated and played a little crazy. But the fact that Mago came over and said something, then it was 3-0. It was like, what if there was no coaching? Maybe Justin would have fought Infiltration in Grand Finals, and maybe he would have beat him. Maybe that would have been Infiltration's first defeat in America.
So then where do you lie on the issue? Coaching good, coaching bad. Because the thing is, if everybody gets coaching, that's one thing. But if nobody gets coaching, then you're all in the same field, right?
Yeah.
So where do you lie?
I think the way that Evo's going about it, I think they can just test it out right now. Mm-hmm. They're like, there's going to be plenty of Evos in the future. I feel like they can do it right now. They can see like whatever backlash they get. They can see the people that actually want it to happen. Then they'll be like, they'll go next year and be like, okay, maybe we messed up. Maybe we made a mistake. Maybe we did this. One of the things that they just like to test stuff. Like what was that? Cross Tekken 2v2. Mm-hmm. I feel like that was just a less test.
Yeah, that was definitely a test.
Let's just test to see how this will work out. Like I don't know. But I think it's a good idea to try it at least once, see how everybody feels about it, how everybody's talking about it, and then maybe next year they'll be like, well, we got a lot of backlash, a lot of people want it, this, that, and the third, let's bring it back. Another thing that Jan said, it closes the door for potential coaches getting a job. It was like in esports, it closes the door.
That's interesting.
Yeah, he said it closes the doors for people that could actually get hired as a coach. Mm-hmm. There are some people that are really good at coaching. So that's another thing they said. It's like really like, it's really hurting the FGC. So I think everything that Jan said, like all the tweets that he tweeted to me, it was really good stuff.
That's Jan Michael Del Rio. You can probably follow him on Twitter, and it's the legendary Marvel player as of late. But of course, he's been good at many games.
Yeah. I do think regulation might be a good thing if it ever comes back.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, maybe at some point you're like, okay, top 16 dudes playing on Sunday, designate a coach. This is who you get. You can have one guy on stage. Anyone else has to leave.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be more enforced because the whole bringing in coaches, subbing in coaches, like obviously the Trinity, they're all best friends, right? So they had, I think Julio was playing, and
Brent
I think
was
it was
sitting
Brent.
next to him.
Brent
was
there. Chris called.
And then at Northwest Majors it was Brent. Then he moved, and then Chris came up. And then, I'm like, oh, they're subbing in coaches now. This is crazy. So apparently, it's supposed to only be one coach, but they want their buddy to win. So they're going to be like, oh, I'm going to tell him something that you didn't tell him, or something like that. So I don't know. Maybe you can have just that one designated coach, and then that'll be it.
Who's your one coach?
My one coach, I would probably have. It depends if Flash is at the tournament. My number one coach is always Flash Metroid. He's the one that helped me beat Infiltration for the first time. And then it'll be Noel because Noel is very good at not telling me what I need to do, but he knows how mad I get. Like since we're really close friends, so I get super mad in tournament. Like if I drop something and I know you're supposed to be dead, I'm like, oh, I was already supposed to be moving on in winners. Why am I still sitting here playing? So then he knows the whole calm down, don't even think about it, this, that, and the third. I'm like, no, he was supposed to be dead. I know, relax. So I like that aspect, the whole just there for moral support. Even you don't even have to know the game. You could just sit a random Joe near me, and then you could just see how mad I'm getting, and you could just have that person be like, just relax, it's okay. And then I'll be like, okay, you're right. I need to calm down.
As a spectator or somebody watching the stream or watching the tournament, I enjoy watching coaching because there's been some cool pairings. For instance, one of my all-time favorites would be Casablanca and Broly. Seeing those guys coach each other is great. And what I love about it is that Broly gets right up behind Cass. whispering right up behind his ear.
With the sweet nothings.
Exactly. But, you and Magneto today, PA, I've enjoyed watching you guys help each other out. I mean, it's like there's a cool element of camaraderie there that I think makes it look cool. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. And then, you win. You guys, you high five at the end, talking about it it looks good. But I think the reason that this whole Evo thing came out, I think it was just out of nowhere because of the cell phone thing.
Super out of nowhere.
I think it happened because, maybe all of the guys were just sitting at a table and they were watching it. Like Mr. Wizard and all these other guys were just looking at the tournament. And it was like, is that a cell phone? Are you serious? He's holding up the tournament on a cell phone? Banned. We're banning coaching. And then they just they didn't really they thought about it for a little while. And then they're like, okay, how is this actually going to be good? Okay, we'll just ban it up until top 16. In pools you can do it. And then now they're thinking about it did we make the right decision? Well, let's run with it. Let's see what happens. So I don't know. I feel like it just came out of nowhere after the whole cell phone thing.
I want to remind the chat that if you have a question for K-Brad, ask it now. And if it comes up here and you tag Pepito Hog Jr., I will make sure that we ask it. Oh, we have our first one. Space Tit wants to know, give me your updated top 5 fraud list, please.
Updated?
Top 5 frauds.
You gotta let me think about this. Updated? Usually when I make a fraud list, I'm like, I actually thought about it for a little while. Okay, hold on. Who does good in tournaments?
The Kens.
The Kens. The only one that I think that is lesser than the other two is Brent. Only because Brent is so unsafe. Brent is like crazy unsafe. Like all of them play like very risky, but Brent is the one that plays like super unsafe. So I feel like he's the only one. He's the lesser of the other two.
So we got Brent as one.
Who else?
For those keeping count at home, we have one Brent.
Yeah, I know, right? Who else does good?
You can't call Julio a fraud if the dude just won a major, got second place at a major.
Yeah,
got picked up.
I can't call him anything. He does what he has to do. But who does good in tournaments?
Let's see.
Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes is a fraud.
Snake Eyes
Snake
right
Eyes
now.
a
He's having a little
fraud.
bit of
Snake
trouble.
Eyes.
He's having a little bit of trouble. He's picking up Alex.
I don't know this is what I don't understand about Snake Eyes. What is this whole I have to play a grappler thing? What is that?
I don't know. His
used
Evil Ryu is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played Evil Ryu, so he already showed that he could play other characters. So what is this whole, if I'm not playing Geef, I have to play Alex? Or maybe this isn't working. Maybe he's going to switch to Birdie. Like, why don't you just play a solid character? Like, you already know. Like, we know you're good, so I like everyone knows that Snake Eyes is good. But as of right now, he's like a fraud in this game because he wants to mess around with these terrible characters. Like, everyone knows that Geef is like towards the lower end of the tier list. Alex also.
We have Brent and Snake Eyes. I'm going to interrupt because Kitsune Fox 509 says rock, paper, scissors.
With who?
They already gave an answer, so what do you got?
Scissors.
They said scissors. All right, it's a
Okay.
tie. So we have Brent and we have Snake Eyes. Moving on.
Okay. Who else does good in tournament?
Your boys. You're
Okay,
not
I'm gonna just
frauds.
rattle off some names that I saw at Texas Showdown. We saw Alucard, we saw 801 Strider, we saw iPeru, we saw Alex
Did we?
Valle.
Aperu did good?
No, they both lost in pools.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Aperu is still on that list then. He's still number 3.
iPeru's on the list?
Yeah, Aperu is still. Aperu was on my list, but yeah, he's still on.
Okay.
Aperu. And who else?
We got
who
two
else?
more. Street Fighter 5, top 5 frauds. Brent, Snake Eyes, iPeru. Who do you
Any
got?
of the Japanese? Any of the Europeans?
Who does bad in Japan?
Who does bad in Japan?
I mean, who like isn't performing right now in Japan?
Bonchan hasn't done as well, but he's only been to like final round, I think.
Okay.
Dogra.
Yeah.
No,
Let's put him 4.
Dogura? Why
he
not?
hasn't been a serious Street Fighter 5 player though, so I don't know if I feel like putting him on there.
Okay, we have to people that actually play the game that are actually trying to be good at the game.
Okay.
So we can't put him on. We have to put people that's trying to be good that are just not.
We're getting a ton of names in here. Check this out. We got Momochi, Marn, Kazunoko, Luffy,
Momochi?
Daigo.
Can you say Momochi?
He said the first one. I refuse to put one of my teammates on
He's
this
4.
list.
He's number 4. He's only refusing.
refuse.
Momochi? You're
He's
putting him
pleading
on
the
there?
5th.
I
He's
refuse
pleading the
to put
5th, but
Momochi.
Momochi's number 4.
I refuse.
Confirmed. He's pleading the 5th, but Momochi's on
I
there.
refuse.
How are you going to win Capcom Cup and EVO and then be drowning like he is?
Here we got your
Confirmed.
boys. Here we got your boys. I think it cuts back to Momochi here in a second. But so Momochi is or is not on that
Momochi a
list?
fraud confirmed.
Well, he'll be on your list. I won't say that. I will not say that. Well, he just hasn't found his character yet.
Oh my! What about Snake Eyes? I thought Snake Eyes was a fraud because he hasn't found his
Yeah,
character.
but Snake Eyes has always been a fraud.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
All right, number 5. Who's number 5?
Yeah. We need uno más.
Oh, what was the other names? You said.
And here we had Gutex on here too.
Man.
I think, but it's because Gutex
Punko, Daigo. Okay, you were saying Gutex.
just has a problem with like how when people are rushing him down.
Okay.
So he's very comfortable when he creates that space. He's just like, so when I'm like, you're playing Mika. Well, what is this? You are not a Mika player at all. You don't know how to go dumb. You don't know how to just shut your brain off.
He's too smart to play Mika.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that he loves his space. He loves his buttons. He loves to like poke at you with buttons and then create space. So I'm like, okay, this is a terrible character for you. So when you play Ryu, I'm like, okay, maybe this is good.
So what about the Mika players? What about like natives winning the East Coast, like winning some of the small tournaments?
Stuff.
You don't think he's a fraud though? I don't think he's a fraud.
No, I think natives actually
We have
pretty
Brent, Snake Eyes, Iperu, Momochi. Let's round it out.
Oh my god.
What about, okay, so I'm not saying yet again, L.I. Joe and Moons were winning early on and then did the worst at the PAX Invitational.
Oh, wait, I have an awesome stat. While you guys discuss this, Steve, Ace King Off Suit, our boy, who writes for Esports and joins us on the show every week, but this one was sending me some stats. But you guys keep talking about while I read this real quick.
I can't. No, Joe definitely not.
He's not a fraud. He's good. No, I know he's good.
Joe wins everything. Like he wins almost everything because Alucard just won that invitation that's going on. So Joe wins everything in New York. So New York is owned by Joe and Alucard. So neither one of them could be on it. Oh, maybe Moons.
I don't think he's a fraud though.
Maybe Moons.
He's learning, and he's like a Marvel player coming to Street Fighter.
He was dominating at the beginning though.
Yeah.
He was always.
How do you feel about Bison? I think Bison sucks.
I think he's like towards the bottom of the tier list.
Okay.
So Steve sent me this. Snake Eyes, 9th place is the best finish of this year. He earned 80% of his points last year after Evo, though.
After Evo.
So he's learning.
So the thing is, some people might be a fraud right now, but again, this game is brand new.
Yeah, but then again, that's another thing, though, because before Evo, let's look at what it is, though, in the United States. You have Final Round, super hard tournament. You have NCR, another, like, super hard tournament. What else is before Evo? CEO,
big Combo Breaker will probably be hard this year.
Combo Breaker wasn't that hard last year.
No, it wasn't, but this year a lot more people are going.
But Snake didn't go to Combo Breaker last year.
I don't even know who won.
Knuckle Dew won. Okay. It was Knuckle Dew. It was I don't remember Snake Eyes at Combo Breaker because Knuckle Dew won the tournament. Ricky got second. Justin got third. Wolf Chrome was in there somewhere. Wolf Chrome was in there. I got like 7th. So I don't remember.
Trash.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I don't remember Snake Eyes at Combo Breaker, so he didn't go to that. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't have that much points last year. But before Evo, the tournaments are really hard. It's a lot of Premier. It's a lot like after Evo. Oh, it's a ton of just ranking. There's like not that many Premier. You got Summer Jam ranking. You got ECT.
Defend the North.
Yeah, Defend the North. Summer Jam. ECT. Absolute Battle. First Attack. What else? Like you have
I'll pull up the schedule here. But last year, speaking of which, you went to a ton of events. You were trying to get those points for the Capcom Cup, and you fell a little bit short.
Yeah.
I feel confident saying you're probably trying to remedy that this year. But talk to us a little bit about how that must have felt and how you're feeling about it this year.
So last year, I went to a different approach because I felt like I needed to like get better as a player. I needed to improve as a player. So when people were always telling me to go to these easy tournaments, I'm like, no way, dude. I'm gonna go to Italy. I'm gonna go to Italy and fight through the Japanese, and I'm gonna go to Italy and fight through Europe, and I'm gonna go through what was the other one? I was in Amsterdam. Oh yeah, I went to Amsterdam.
The Red Fight District.
Yeah, Red Fight District. I went there. So I went to the harder events instead of like going to places that I knew like, oh, not too many people will be here. Like in Costa Rica, it was only Eduardo,
I think Native
Strider.
was there.
Yeah, it was only PR Balrog, Strider, and Itabashi Zangief. Those are only 3 like top players that went. And I think that same weekend I went somewhere else. I think I might have been in Italy at the time. And I got top 8 in Italy, but my thought process was the year before I went to a bunch of tournaments and I fell short at the end. It was the last event that I got second and Smug got first. And I'm like, this dude blocked me and he's not even in the Pro Tour. So I was like, I need to get better as a player. I'm going to go to all the hard events. I was like, I'm going to just go. I'm going to play casuals. I'm going to practice like crazy. And then if I can't beat them leading up to the Pro Tour, I mean, I'm going to be a wasted spot at the Pro Tour anyway. So I went and traveled all these places, and I fell a little bit short because it was really close. It was me and Ryan Hart, and it went 3-2. And if I would have beat Ryan Hart, I would have had to play Gonzalez. And like I'm undefeated against Gonzalez in tournament, so I feel comfortable against Seth. So I'm like, okay, if I would have beat him, then I would have fought for the last spot. I would have fought RB for the last spot. And Cammy does amazing against all his characters. Cammy does good against Rolento, Hugo, and what was that, Guy? Yeah, Cammy, Guy. So Cammy does good against them. So losing to Ryan Hart actually made me so mad, and then was so mad because he played RB, and RB just mauled him. And I was like, man. So this year, I'm still probably going to go to all the hard events, dude. Because I feel like if I qualify like that, then I'll be ready to compete in the tour because I can, like, beat all of these guys. If I just go to, like, tournament, if I try to duck all the top players, like, oh, I know everybody's going here, so let me go over here and sneak over here. If I play it like that, I'm going to make it into the Pro Tour, and then I'm going to get, like, destroyed, and then I'm going to get booed, and everybody's going to be like, why was he here? It was a waste of spot, the stand the third, so I don't want to be, like, that guy.
Here's a question in the relic of Street Fighter 4. Who was the Street Fighter 4 fraud of all time?
Of all time?
Who was the one who consistently did well and you just think shouldn't have been doing that well? The greatest Street Fighter 4 fraud.
Of all time? In every single version? Yeah, let me think about it. We gotta go to somewhere else.
Okay.
But I will be thinking because it's hard to say. All the players were Justin's always good, Ricky's always good, Eduardo's always good. Nakadu, unfortunately, is always good. Who else is always good?
Snake Eyes?
Snake Eyes has always been good. Oh, Snake Eyes came out of nowhere. Do we even know where he came from? Because I remember I used to
play
He was a
Halo.
Halo player.
Yeah.
And then not Super Turbo,
HD
but
Remix.
HD Remix.
Yeah, I remember playing him online, playing a bunch of matches, and I'm scraping this dude. Then, like, 2 to 3 weeks later, he got so good, and I'm like, why is this a struggle? Like, why is this a struggle playing him? And he got really good out of nowhere. So I was like, who is this Snake Eyes guy? But he's always been good. I don't think there's been anybody that's consistently top 8 or that can constantly make top 8. They deserve to be
We
there.
got a question here from Aldaris Prime.
Yeah.
This is kind of a little bit far out to answer the question yet, but what are your top 2 to win EVO?
Top 2?
Who will you see in top 2 at EVO?
Is there even a question here?
Yeah, I don't think Infiltration will be in it. I feel like
You don't think Infiltration? I mean, the dude's dominating.
Yeah, look at Chris G. Like Marvel. You dominate the tournament scene.
Stream.
Oh
You guys
my.
don't know it, but we have a very special guest in the studio. He's not mic'd up, but it's Gerald Lee of Korea Gaming. He's been watching the show. I just want a yes or a no. Will Infiltration be in top 1, top 2 at EVO? He says he thinks so.
I
This man
think so.
knows.
I
This
don't
man
think
knows.
so. I think one, it's already getting to the point where it's just too close. It's just too close for him losing now. Like, he has to pick another character, unless it's going to be one of those things where he tries the whole, let me just pick everybody.
He's
And
too
then
close to the dude getting second every time.
No, he's too close to. He almost lost to Gamerby. Gamerby dropped a combo. He was supposed to beat him. He almost lost. Well, obviously Tokido. Who else? He was Eduardo. He was supposed to lose to Eduardo at final round. So I'm like, he's getting like. People are already figuring it out. Nash is not like this OP character that everybody's
Definitely
like,
not.
Yeah, like he's really good, but now when people figure out, listen, he got away. Congratulations. Let me just chase you again. A lot of people are losing because it's like, oh, he V-reversaled out. Oh, the stun is running. Let me try to chase after him. Oh, strong, scythe, super, and then now I get to run away from you again. Like, if you play super patient, that's why I really wanted to see Justin versus him at NCR, because I think Justin would have beat him. But I know not. I think it's going to be another Chris G number where Chris G dominated every single tournament. Chris G dominated every single tournament up until EVO, and the next thing you know, it's like, oh, he wasn't in top 2 of EVO. Was it in top 8? No, all the gods were not in top 8. Yeah. So it'll be one of those things.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
EVO's a crazy tournament, though. I feel like it's a little different, you know? Like, it's just so
And this one's gonna be
long
even
and
that
so
much
much
more
Evo,
endurance.
and then 4,000. Like I said, we might reach 4,500. 4,500 people. Like, a lot of people are going to be good enough to beat him by that time. There's going to be a lot of people that he can play that can beat him.
Gentlemen, speaking of who can beat who, it's about time for a set.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely ready. Always.
You were playing a little bit beforehand. While these guys get set up, since I brought it up, I want to remind everybody, if you haven't already, you should definitely check out Korea Gaming. They put out some amazing videos. And I think most recently you had a breakdown with Air. Is that right? No, not with Air. With Laugh. Is that right? He's saying yes. Check out Korea Gaming. All those videos are great. In the meantime, what are you guys going to do here in this set? The way we usually do it,
Yeah.
I don't want to be interrupting you guys, but I'm going to be interrupting you guys because the chat asks questions, and I'll
tell
read that
me.
out.
Yeah, say as much as you want.
But the idea here is we do have some people that are viewing the show that are new to Street Fighter V, new to the FGC, new to this intricate, next level discussion or breakdown of a game. So if you guys could say how you're beating each other or why you're losing, that would be grateful.
Okay, I'll break it down for you right now.
Okay, let's go.
K-Brad is a masher.
Okay, let me see.
And I have to
I'm gonna
counter
I'm gonna tell you right now.
All right, guys, let's get in the chat. Let's get
He
one.
neutral jumped, and then I
Give me a
DP'd.
1 if you think K-Brad is going to win. Give me a 2 if you think Danke with his Vega is going to win.
He neutral jumped again. I DP'd again. Oh, he teched as well. I'm bullying him in the corner. I jumped at him. I'm bullying him. He dashed at me like a scrub.
We got a ton of ones in here.
How is that scrubby?
Oh, nice. I have him in the corner. He's scared. I'm like a dog.
We're
chasing
getting 1s and 2s in here, guys.
him. Nice. Oh, don't do that.
Oh my god.
Oh, see, he's trying to hit a button there.
We've been playing a lot. We've been playing a lot.
Counter hit, so he
So
tried to hit
I
a button.
need to get readjusted. Right now he has the read, but I'm gonna get it back this round.
Okay, let me see. Let me see.
This is a 1st to 3 with the option to run it back with different characters.
Yeah. He neutral
I
jumped
thought okay,
again.
so that time I tried the empty jump to bait it, but it was
Did you?
not effective.
Oh, nice.
All right, can you anti-arm reaction?
No. Stop that. Ow. He's stabbing me up a little bit. Slowly walking him down to make this comeback.
People are, Space Knight M says Duncan needs a coach.
Here we go.
I do.
Nice. Okay, I got him. He tucked the throw again. Okay, he did that. Nice.
Uh-oh. K-Brad. What's happening? Uh-oh.
Oh, they got no
Oh, dead,
health. You're
Oh,
dead.
yeah. Okay,
Cammy
good,
does have the lowest health and stun in the game. She has 900. She's the only character like
good.
that.
See, I like to play honest characters.
Oh yeah, there's a
Lowest
reason
health.
they gave her that health.
What do you mean the reason? What's the reason? Everyone says she sucks.
She's broken.
Is she? Okay,
If I
Cammy
lost
did it.
a round, she must be.
Hey, K-Brad, people want to know if you're going to play in any locals here at Arcade UFO or while you're in town before DreamHack.
I would love
Jump.
to.
He says he would love to, not handled. My overworld says your
Nice.
neutral jump strats are not working.
Slice.
Slice.
Done a little bit of bar.
Oh, where are you
That was pretty
going?
With Cammy, do you ever want to save your bar for super or do you save it for EX moves?
Good. It depends. It depends on the matchup. Depending on. Oh, what was that? Oh, nice.
Oh, that was good.
That was nice on my part.
Ghetto Tex wants to says, tell me more data, Danke.
More data. I'm dead. Am
I
I
might
dead?
have done a bad combo.
No,
I tried to
still
do
dead, right?
as little hits as possible. Do not skew it.
That's pretty nice.
Game
Yo.
1. I told you the read comes after round 1.
No, I know how you play now. You go crazy.
All right, y'all keep playing. I'm going to frame up your shot here a little bit.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah. Do
thanks,
what you
Will.
gotta do, man. You're not even playing the blonde Vega?
Yeah, we'll switch it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to play this one.
Yeah, you gotta play blonde characters, dude.
All right, we're switching to the blonde versus blonde.
I like
So
it.
what's your favorite stage? Oh, you like the Shadaloo bass.
Shadaloo bass, but it's no sound, so it doesn't matter what we play.
Why do you like the Shadaloo bass? The music?
The music is pretty good. You got that girl shooting in the back. She has her hands up with the gun.
You know she salutes to the Shadaloo
Yeah,
characters.
see?
All right,
See?
my favorite stage is the grid.
Are you kidding?
Nothing distracts my eyes. I need
What
full
distracts
concentration.
your eyes?
I can't see on this stage.
Lair
If
of
you ever
the
want to
Four
beat
Kings?
me, if you ever want to beat me, play on this stage. I cannot see anything.
What is up with your eyes, dude?
Apparently, I don't want to talk about it. I like the Forgotten.
Ptosis.
We're playing on Forgotten Waterfall.
Don't bring up the
Whatever you
Tosis.
Forgotten Waterfall has those sheep on the side.
Blonde? Thank you.
You know Magneto 1080p. I always joke they're coaching him.
Who?
That's sheep. Jared, stop walking in the
What
corner.
are you talking about?
Because they go crazy when you lose.
Do they?
They go watch. They
Okay.
go insane. They start screaming. They're mad at Jarrett for walking into the corner.
Okay, let me watch.
Round 1. Fight.
Ban
sheep,
the
huh?
grid. Mr. Unreasonable says ban the grid, and I couldn't agree more.
It's actually pretty hard to see Cammy on this stage.
Oh. TP.
NorCal Stoner says Daigo loves the sheep stage.
Does it?
Apparently.
Wow. Am I stuck?
Sour Patch Kid asks, do you think Shen is a Street Fighter 5
Oh,
fraud?
I could throw.
I think
Shen?
Xian is a Street Fighter 5 god playing a bad character.
Yeah.
Is he a fraud or a god?
Fang is not that
I think
terrible.
Fang sucks. Not like really sucks, but like Fang should be playing someone else,
Should he?
in my opinion.
Yeah, crazy. That was nice.
Mugshot 369 says, does Danke have a speech prepared for when he wins Evo? Nah, they won't give you the mic anyway. You saw what happened to KBR when he tried to give a speech.
Yeah.
Do I have a speech prepared for when I win Evo? I'll probably talk about K-Brad.
Yeah.
And how he got top 8 but lost, so he sucks.
Yeah? That's what you were talking about? Oh, you ran out of V-trigger? And then...
Oh, it didn't cross up.
Wow.
K-Brad.
House. Jump around
It
house.
looked like it was going to cross up, though. Like your jump arc looked
What
like it was
is
going to
this?
cross
That didn't
up.
look like a cross up at all.
KBR, when you're ready, I got a question for you.
Okay. I'm ready right now.
Please no bully. I'll be right to your question.
Slice. Oh, man. Wow. DP.
Why are you putting yourself back in the corner?
I'm trying to grab you right there.
Oh, that was sick. Oh
Very
my.
nice. You like that?
Nah, not again.
Dream Leaking asks, who's the top fraud on the show right now? That'd probably be me. But then again, I'm not trying to play this game.
The top fraud?
The question earlier was, what do you think of Punko's Cammy?
I think Pungo tries to play so risky.
Yeah, he goes crazy.
He plays, like, I feel like with her having the lowest health in the start of the game, you can't play like that. Because everybody has crazy crush counter setups. Everybody has, like, these crazy damaging combos. Like, you can't play her like that at all. I think you should play her a little bit more solid.
Okay, Brad, it sounds like you're double tapping your dragon punches. Is that how you play?
Sometimes. Nice slice.
Oh, what are you playing risky?
What? That was a hit.
Oh my god, I don't think it was gonna cross up again. It's alright, it's alright. There we go.
Delver0 says, tell Danke to stop chasing K-Brad.
Hey, why are you chasing me? See, they know this game. They know. Why are you chasing me so
Well,
much?
what's the score right now?
1-1.
1-1, and right now you're one round up,
Yes.
K-Brad?
Yes. Oh, that was nice. Oh, command grab. One more? Oh, yes. One more.
He reacts too fast for that gimmicky stuff.
Beguile. The no shades guile.
Yeah.
There we
That
go.
was nice.
Shin El Chapo 666 says, Danke will win this free.
That's my boy right there. That's a neck.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I figured something out.
No, I think you're actually about to kill yourself for doing that.
I got blocks.
Do you?
T-Win92.
Look, she has. She never opens her mouth real wide. I don't know. Look at this. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, she's so pretty.
Ooh.
Such a pretty girl.
Those duck lips?
Now they've changed her face a couple times.
Yeah.
They made her more anime in the last
they,
version.
They should do a retouch on Ken and maybe Guile. The no shades Guile.
Yeah.
There we
That
go.
was nice.
Shin El Chapo 666 says, Danke will win this free.
That's my boy right there. That's a neck.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I figured something out.
No, I think you're actually about to kill yourself for doing that.
I got blocks.
Do you?
T-Win92. You're an hour late, but this
still.
VOD will be up in no time. Dilly Dot, ask K-Brad, how did you get good at Street Fighter living in Maryland? Maryland players suck.
Do they?
Except for you, apparently, but that's what the Wake Up Show You says, or Show You.
That's crazy.
I don't think he agrees, Wake Up Show You.
I'll tell him right now.
The score is 2-1, but it's a first to 3, not a best of 3, which you would think would be appropriate considering the name of the show.
Oh, I blocked the empty jump low and then I mashed.
You mashed?
I mashed.
What a noob.
Here's the problem I'm having right now is that I don't know what to do versus your counter, but when you stop hitting buttons, how am I supposed to get in? I gotta walk? That's too hard.
I gotta walk. Yeah, just supposed to walk. Oh, body. Nice, I like that. Get your hands off me. She's too beautiful for you. Oh, put your
I
hands
got
back,
stuck in the
please.
shimmy. It's hard because you actually do throw a lot.
Yeah, dude. I gotta mix it up, you know? Oh my goodness, I can't.
We're getting flooded with what a noob in the chat here.
Oh, put your hands back. Watch this. Oh, that was nice. Let's throw that.
Maryland players, are there any good ones?
Now, so I think I haven't really been in Maryland to play in this game, but in Street Fighter 4, I got good because I traveled so much. But it was so funny because I did some interview, and I said something like I was the best Maryland player. I was like, oh, I travel a lot because I was the best Maryland player. And Maryland did, like, they were like,
upset.
are you serious? You the best what? I
Did
can't
they
believe
come
it.
back?
A Cammy player saying that?
So Maryland kind of like disowned me after that. But I'm still cool with a lot of guys there. But a lot of people are like, oh no, he's not Maryland. He's this, he's that. But I play with a couple Maryland players. Like Unknown is pretty good. I play with Dark Child. He's pretty sick. I hear he's pretty sick in this game too. He's playing Bison, even though I don't think Bison's that good.
Are we already 3-1?
Yeah.
Did you already lose the set?
Of course.
I thought you would switch, Danke.
I can't beat him with. Well, I could try Alex after this
Alex?
one.
Yeah, I want to see Alex.
Alex, yeah, you have a better chance. I don't know what else.
Damn, you got a better chance with Alex, says Kid Brizzle. Tell Danke,
You do that so late.
Oh, I messed up.
Tell Danke to call
Oh,
Mike Ross for coaching.
Yeah.
I tried it. Okay.
Did you?
I tried my V trigger.
What happened?
I don't know. I didn't press it right.
Come on, man. You got downloaded.
All right.
It's 3-1
Oh
now.
my god, we've been playing a lot more in this.
Okay, Brad, the question is, what's your favorite region to travel to?
My favorite region to travel to?
We can leave it to your place, the best place you've ever traveled to for a tournament.
I really wanted to kill him. All right, it's over. Hold on. Let me kill this guy real quick. With a super. I knew it was gonna work. I knew it was gonna
You were
work.
telling me you were gonna do it too, and I still
That's
hate
like
it.
Babe
I told
Ruth
you.
pointing the bat. Oh goodness, there's no chip
Is
code in
that
this game.
plus on that one?
Yeah, it was
Give me one more Vega, then I'll switch to
one more
Alex. I
Vega.
need one more Vega. I can't lose.
my
like
favorite
this.
region to travel to. I have so many places I like, but it depends on like for the people. I really like going to California. I like going to California and Florida. So those are my probably two favorite places. But for food, oh, there's so many different places, dude. Especially here.
The people here aren't good enough. That made me sad,
There's
dog.
some nice people here. But I don't know that many. I know you and I know both of you guys. That's it. Who else do I know? And
Magneto.
Oh, Magneto. Magneto Maniac. That's Maryland. Magneto 1080p. Oh my goodness. And I'm bodied. Get your hands off.
But that's the thing is like I'm plus there, and I just eat stuff because I don't know what's going on.
NorCal Stone says, Cali boys, we smoke the best. Fumar Que Chronic says, LOL Florida.
Yeah?
Shadowboy963 asks, ask K-Brad if he knows Juicebox Cammy. He's my favorite Cammy player to watch.
Yeah, Juicebox Cammy?
He's got a Cammy now? He's not able?
I have no
He's not
idea.
Juicebox able anymore? Right, but the name.
Juicebox. I didn't know Juicebox was playing Cammy. Pretty sick.
Faitha wants to know, K-Brad, would you play Cammy if she wasn't blonde?
Oh, probably not.
Drop her immediately.
The Capri was like kind of blonde. She had like white hair.
She was what is it called? Platinum blonde?
Platinum blonde, yeah, that's that damn near white blonde.
Oh, that was a good reaction. Whereas there it is. Okay, there we go. Now I know.
Oh, okay, nice.
Oh, I missed it. Oh, done a lot of damage.
Back it up. You did that anyway? Slice.
Oh, you punished those? Okay.
We have a question here from a name that I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
Okay, Brad, have you ever accidentally left the stream cam on before you started playing?
I wish I ever streamed in my life. I never streamed, dude. I stream under other people's names.
You're streaming right now, dog?
Oh yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm saying. I stream under like Cross Counter. I'm streaming with you guys. I stream under Justin's account. But I just feel like
You get carried, is what you're saying.
yeah, for sure. I feel like how could you forget to turn your stream off? I feel like that is the
The first thing you do when you're about to jack off is like make sure the camera is
guys. I was trying to skirt the actual
I was about to
issue
say.
here.
I was about to say if you're gonna watch some videos, some homemade videos, the first thing you think of is if your stream is off, right? That's the first thing you think.
Okay, Brad checks every time.
Yeah. That's crazy. How did he get caught? And this isn't the first time, huh? It's like a bunch of gamers that this has happened to, huh?
Publicity stunt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, to get famous, huh? But like to get the name back out there.
So
That's what you should do, K-Brad.
Do people want me to play Alex or am I playing Vega?
People were asking when are you going to pull out your Guile, but I think they were excited about the Alex.
I don't have a Guile yet, guys. It would be
Let's
bad.
see some
Oh, yeah,
Alex.
I don't
Hey,
know.
you got to keep it blonde though. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, always.
I think
can
I
play
have his
Alex.
pajamas. Oh no, I got the.
you don't have
Oh.
his pajamas.
Sorry,
I
man.
like the pajamas.
You know what I did though, Danke? This is what I did for you, man. I went and beat Endless with Guile with both of his costumes, so you could have some more colors to work with, and you're not even gonna pick them, dude.
I could pick him once, but I'm telling you, like, I mean, unless my fundamentals are that good, which they may be.
Are they that good? You're an anime player though.
And anime has the most fundamentals. 'cause
No
there's so
way.
many dimensions. You got
No
an air
way.
dash. You got a RC
You
or
want to know
DPs.
the hardest thing about like understanding you guys is an anime player has to block all this stuff, have to deal with all this stuff in the game, but you'll play a Street Fighter game and just like anti-airing is the hardest thing in the world. But you deal with so much more.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the
Okay,
last
Vega
match.
has a tough time anti-air. Well, I mean, it depends on what you're going to.
This is the second, first to 3, right?
Oh, first of 3?
I don't think so. I guess it's 4-2 technically.
Wait, why do you have a win and then you switch characters?
Because we were just switching.
Yeah.
I said one more with Vega because I was salty.
Gotcha.
Here's the thing. It takes me a little bit to get warmed up. You're not going to wind up like Alex.
Nah, it's just that I
Do
can
the
rush you
squats,
down
dude.
like crazy.
Stand up and do the squats real fast.
I might start squatting.
You don't have your 3-frame button. So now this is about to be easy. See, you got to take all my pressure. See, you got to take all this.
I am dope as fuck asks if K-Brad could have any other Street Fighter 5 or any Street Fighter character in 5, who would it be?
That's real nice. Any Street Fighter character
Any
in
Street
5?
Fighter character that you wish was in 5.
It would definitely be C Viper.
See Viper. I'm not sure if he's in any of the story modes, but
Oh.
characters that are coming up look pretty exciting.
Oh.
They haven't released any
What the
DLC or
hell?
announced DLC characters that are brand new, right?
Dead.
I was trying to super. I think he block string that whole thing.
Yeah, that's a block string, dude.
No, but I mean like the whole thing.
Yeah, all of that is a block string.
Guys, where are we at?
That's one.
This is okay. So we're doing a 3 out of 5 with Alex now.
A 3 out of 5 with Alex.
Right.
Don't worry, it'll be
Starting
3.
now.
It'll be 3-0. No,
This
it's 1-0
will be
right
the
now.
last set.
It's 1-0 right
Sure.
now. It'll be 3-0.
And who do you guys think?
If I get one game, I win.
Okay.
We just cut it off there. With my Alex versus Cammy, this matchup sucks.
People in the
Does
chat
it?
say they wish they had Sakura. They wish Abel was in the game. They wish Oro was in the game. That could be a cool character. Get Poison in there. Dan, Makoto.
Get your hands off me. Oh, that was nice.
Makoto. Get Mac in there. Dudley.
Oh, that was pretty nice.
Cody.
What am I doing? Ow! Why does that hurt? Oh, yeah.
Halfway to one.
I'm Cammy.
Halfway to one.
It's going to happen, guys. I think it's going to happen.
Well,
Okay, Brad.
let's see.
Can you do that? Can you answer this? No.
I can answer that. What the fuck was that?
People want Mackie from Final Fight. She hasn't been in a Street Fighter game, has she?
Jesus Christ, just block, please. Thank
Is
you.
Danke playing a DreamHack? The answer is yes. Not only is he playing in Street Fighter 5, he's also playing in the Hearthstone tournament.
Oh, that was a combo?
Oh my god! If I just let go, it was over.
K-Brad, do you have an opinion on Third Strike? Edgar Butts wants to know.
Opinion on what?
Third Strike.
Well, Third Strike is pretty cool, I guess.
Third Strike is pretty cool, he guesses.
I wasn't around for that era. So I just know that Chun-Li is supposed to be the best in the game, super cheap.
Very cheap.
Ken was very good. Yun was very good. I like watching matches. I'm really hyped to see Urian since I wasn't around for that era. Ow.
Okay, I'm playing with Alex a little bit. It's gonna take me a minute to start.
Thanks,
doing
Arcade Ghost, for correcting me. Mackey's is in CVS2. Capcom versus SNK2.
Who?
Mackie?
Maki.
Maki. Eagle. People want Eagle.
There was a bunch of rumors that Eagle was gonna be in this game,
Yeah, maybe
but then he didn't make it.
Yo. What's happening, Mike?
If I did a combo once this set, he had lost.
Yeah?
But they're coming right now.
Are they?
I'm remembering. It's coming back to me. I was in New Orleans over the weekend at Jazz Fest.
Some of that.
And
some
I
of that
ate a lot of
fell out.
food. I did a lot of things. The Street Fighter fell out of the brain, and Mufletas came in.
Bourbon Street.
Bourbon Street.
Bourbon Street.
You gonna hit up that 6th Street now that you're here in Austin?
Oh,
Okay,
for
Red?
sure.
You're about to get hit by this cancer punch, dog.
Come on.
I'm winding up. Oh.
Ow. Oh, got it. Got it. Got it.
Oh, that went under?
Of course it did, dude. So hitting buttons, huh? Got it. Oh, that's a combo?
Oh, how am I going to drop that? That was the setup to do everything.
Was it? Oh.
Since you clearly have some brain power that you can lend over here to this question, Ida Damasu asks, "How do you feel about Quonksters, Cammy?"
I haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it.
I didn't know he was playing Cammy. That's pretty sick. Oh, about it.
New York Crownless King asks, "When should I really be using Cammy's V skill aside from full screen fireballs?"
Full screen fireballs?
Like when
To
should
catch
we?
people off guard. Oh, you burned it there? You don't have no meter for
I'm
next
okay.
round.
Doesn't matter.
Let me see.
I'll get it back.
No.
Oh, watch your legs right now.
Let me see.
Oh,
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Look at those sheep. They're going nuts.
Oh, yeah, okay.
we got our own
I
Cammy
finally
tree.
saw it. I finally saw it. Ow. Stop that.
Okay. That's good. You burn all your meter. You don't have any meter for
For what?
for this.
Oh, you're so lucky. Oh, look, he's powering up. Ow.
Shaprio asks, "How'd you get so good at rock paper scissors?"
You know, just studying my opponent, you know. I'm good at stuff like that.
What if I had parried that whole
Well, gonna
thing?
work for you, man. You're not that good. Not that good at parrying.
All right, one more constellation game.
Consolation.
Because I know, I feel like I have the read now.
You need to apologize
dude.
to Will later because we're keeping
I'll
him late.
apologize to Will. This is the last one.
Yeah,
It's the last
please
one.
do. Please do.
With my
Hey,
Alex. Remember
what's
that my
your
Vega
Alex?
was.
Okay.
I won the last match with Vega. I got the download there. Now I need the secondary download.
Yeah? Oh, nice. Oh, body. 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 Body.
Just walked up and through. Damn.
Body.
All right.
What's the body
Body.
count? Anybody keeping count down there?
Body. Do something right now, please. Punish. Oh, I can't draw that. That's pretty awesome. You taught me something. I'm DPing. Get your hands off me. Body. Oh no. Body. 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 Oh, nice of you. Don't you whiff on me.
Dark Rain IL says secondary download sounds like a corrupt file, Danke.
Oh! Don't you dare.
Oh,
Oh, here's your moment. I definitely was gonna do it. Kill me. Kill me!
still in there.
Come on,
still in
kill
there. This is
me.
for all the marbles.
You sweat?
Do it, dash.
Okay.
Why does first attack look so similar to counter hit?
Oh.
Be a fighter.
Be a fighter.
Be a fighter. It's like you don't believe in yourself, so you just backdash.
Huh?
You're not doing that.
Oh.
Ooh, Sir Malachi wants Doctrine Dark back in the game. That'd be cool.
Who?
He's that weird dude that had like zip cables and bombs, I think, and guns. Guile got a alt costume in Ultra that looked like him.
Oh, nice.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding.
You're kidding. Yeah, I'm not dead. I'm not dead.
Oh. How smart was that? How smart was that? Alright. You got close. You did good. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Just put that away for now.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Why didn't I block that cross up? I was probably mashing.
I was probably mashing. What a noob.
I had a lot. What a noob. You do say noob a lot. I think you're one of the few people who still uses that term.
He's bringing it back.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you spell it? Like N-O-O-B?
Mm-hmm.
Not N-E-W-B.
I should, huh? N-E-W-B?
Yeah.
I'm about to spell it both ways.
How will you spell it when referring to Danke?
N-E-W-W.
Oh, two W's?
W-W.
For all the wins you got.
Yeah. Yeah?
Gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the show.
It's a pretty nice show.
Any final thoughts on Danke's?
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, it's a pretty awesome show.
Any final thoughts on Danke's Vega performance?
He's pretty good. He goes a little crazy sometimes, but he's pretty decent. Pretty decent player.
The thing about playing versus K-Brad is he really doesn't favor an option offensively, and that makes it very hard to deal with. Cammy's offense is very safe. All of her frame traps are plus. Throw is obviously, if you tech it, that's neutral.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I mean, I get shimmied a lot, but that's because if I don't get shimmied, I get thrown. I probably should eat the throw more because it's not that plus.
Yeah, I don't get anything. I get the knees in the corner.
You
That's
get the
it.
knees in the corner. But yeah,
Which is what you lost to there at the very end, isn't it?
That's the thing that's good about her that people don't realize is that she's safe and plus all the time.
The knees, you're talking about that roundhouse that she does the double knee,
Yeah.
or that cross-up light kick that
The
looked like a knee?
the double knees.
Her mix-up isn't nearly as good as a lot of other characters straight up, but
Yeah.
like it's way safer. And her back walk speed's so good, she can walk at me for like 2 seconds and then walk out of throw range. She's cheap.
Hey, they say she sucks.
Okay, Brad, good luck in the Pokken tournament. I'm sorry, the Street Fighter 5 tournament at DreamHack. Hope to see you get some points, put them up on the board.
Number 1 SF4 fraud.
Number 1 SF4.
Oh, God.
Donkey.
Guys, thank you so much for watching the show. We'll be here next week. And don't forget to root for K-Brad at DreamHack. And don't forget to watch some of those Core gaming videos. And shout outs to Gerald Lee, who's here in the studio with us hanging. See you next week, guys.